essay discussion in a nation of
more than 1.39 billion cannot afford wanting indiscipline.
Yeah, a nation of 1.39 billion, sorry, 1.39 billion cannot afford one thing. And what is that? What is that? Arey ticket of Brahmastra yaar. Cannot afford one thing, that is indiscipline. Yeah. How many of you attempted this essay? How many of you attempted this essay? Shiva, Sai and Yogeshwar. Yogeshwar, I didn't see your essay. Can I use this? I didn't see your essay here. Okay. How many of you thought of attempting it? हाँ मेरे बच्चे thought तो बोल दो कम से कम नहीं? How many of you have not attended any class on essay? Any class of essay अभी तक? अरे हेमंत तेरी शादी हो गई? Lakshmi said you have gone to get married here. You kill him because he gave wrong information to me. ठीक? हाँ. So there are some students who have not what you call attended any class on essay. Like 5-10 minutes in a crux I will try to tell you what is the requirement of UPSC from the essay perspective. Okay? Understand one thing. See, I disagree on this with many teachers of UPSC, but I stand strong on my belief system that essay is not the test of your knowledge. If essay had been the test of your knowledge, you would have had, instead of GS paper 4 tak, you would have had GS paper 5 also, right? General Studies paper 5 essay, it could have been the case, no? The reason why I am saying it is not the test of your knowledge is because UPSC feels that essay is one dimension where without physically meeting the person, I want to know what kind of personality he or she carries. So it is kind of an interview in writing. So without meeting the person, invigilator or the faculty tries to draw a picture of personality picture of a person, what he thinks about, how he thinks about, how he looks at the various issues in the society. That is the prima facie intention. Till now UPSC, if you are aware, total 8 questions are asked in UPSC, 8 essay questions are asked in UPSC divided into 2 sections, that is part 1 and part 2. Earlier part 2 was generally the general essays wherein education, health, all those dimension related essays used to come. From last year they have stopped using that also. They are not asking any general essays now, they are asking all the essays which have got a philosophical dimension. Now believe you me, you cannot write a philosophical essay based on knowledge. You have to, one of the essays, you have to have something known as another essay, ability to imagine things. Okay? Once we are done with this essay, we will move to that essay also. Okay? Now moving ahead, a nation of 1.39 billion cannot afford one thing. Now you have to, one thing you understand, you have to write this essay in 11 pages. Whosoever has attempted, maximum somebody wrote was I think 3 pages, other than Sai Seshu who wrote around 8 pages, he wrote the essay. But other than that everybody maximum 3, 2.5, 3, 3.5 pages, all summed it up. Why he is asking you to write in 11 pages? He could have understood the crux of personality in 3-4 pages also, right? Seeing the introduction I can make out what is the conclusion also. But why is he forcing you to write 11 pages? Why not 8 pages, 6 pages, 7 pages? Why only 11 pages? On an average, he is dividing that each page you will write anywhere between 100 to 120 words in a page. 100 to 120 words in a page. In how many words you have to write the essay? 1250 words. See, there is no mechanism with UPSC that will sit and calculate the words. Okay, scanning machine mein dala number of words. Uday has written, instead of 1250, Uday has written 1369 words, he should be penalized. No, it does not happen like that in UPSC. 10 to 15% of leverage is given to you to exceed your word limit or try to reduce in your word limit. That leverage is given to you. But the problem is, if you go far ahead, you will write in 1500 or 1700 pages. Before UPSC punishes you, you have punished yourself. Why? Because you will take more time to write more words. So UPSC doesn't have to punish you, you have punished yourself. Though UPSC will also, on top of your own punishment, it will punish you. So now the art of essay is writing in something known as brevity, briefly being able to explain what is the message that you wish to convey. Believe you me, whether people agree with this or not, essay is the test of your language. And ये सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, बिकॉज वी आर ऑल व्हाट, मदर टंग, ठीक है, वी आर ऑल टॉट नॉट इन अवर मदर टंग. किसी का है इंग्लिश, किसी ने लिखा आज तक इंग्लिश इज माई मदर टंग? डिड समबडी राइट एवर? डिड एनीबडी राइट एवर? किसी ने लिखा इंग्लिश एज योर मदर टंग? यू डेयर टू राइट? सो यू आर टेस्टेड इन अ डोमेन which is not your strong area. So you will have to make an additional effort here. If you make it a point at least to write one essay in 15 days, one essay in 15 days, when I say one essay, all 11 pages in 15 days, what will happen? What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? When you go to write the exam on the D-day, that is the judgment day, you will go and write as if you are writing any other fortnightly essay and come back. If you are writing for the first time on the D-day, I can promise you, you will not be able to write beyond this. And when as a invigilator I will flip your essay, before even I read one line also, I made an opinion, there is lack of depth. Depth of what? Because these are all philosophical essays, connect with concept. That's the beauty of essay. What you write is a reflection of you, and you do not know your own self, right? Now coming back to topic with the small introduction. Yeah, now tell me, is it India only for which discipline is required? Then why I made a statement, a nation of 1.39 billion cannot afford one thing, that is indiscipline. It showcases two viewpoints. One, there is a deficiency here. How many of you agree? There is a deficiency here, right? Now, if there is a deficiency, if you know that there is a deficiency, you should know what it is, discipline. So can I open the introduction trying to make it a point what you think discipline is to you? In the essay, can you make it a point to open a discussion in saying what you feel discipline is all about? Anyone? Can anyone give a quote? See, you need not have to write a quote by an eminent personality always. You can write a quote and just write unknown also, no problem. You need not always try and put some name behind it, it is not required. Even if you do not write unknown, it is understood that it is your point of view. Okay? Now, any quote on discipline?
Following rules and regulations.
That is the objective, that is the way, process of discipline. What is any quote? Any quote, basic quote where the word discipline is there.
To grow in life, you need to be.
Bonvita boost is also enough. Huh? Huh? Anyone? A quote on discipline. Can I say because I am from forces, the army that safeguards the nation, the army that safeguards the nation marches on discipline. What is this army? Anyone? It is not the army that you are thinking. It can be a civilian also. It can be a civilian also. You don't have to adorn army uniform to become an army guy, right? The army that safeguards the nation, that propels the nation, marches on one thing, that is discipline. Can I write this statement? Or yes or no? Can I write this statement? Now, can I use some lines to tell what I believe in discipline, my belief in discipline, my belief in discipline in introduction, my belief in discipline. See, in somebody's answer yesterday or day before, if I remember it correctly, Sai Sheshu maybe, if I say discipline, can I say it starts with self, it then progresses to a family, then maybe to a society, then maybe to a nation, and then maybe to the world, and again it closes somewhere on. Can I do this? Can I do this or not? So what I have done, I am connecting him to him. The question though is about this particular level of discipline. Can anything sustain without discipline? Can a family sustain without discipline? Will it not break the family? The father coming drinking every night and beating you back black and blue. Will the family sustain? What will happen? It will lead to disintegration of the family. So whether it is from an individual perspective, societal perspective, nation perspective, world perspective, it is one thing that unites all of us unknowingly or knowingly is discipline. Yes or no? Yes or no? The first page can I dedicate to write about this? Can you guys give a life example maybe of your own self or a prominent personality who ensured this in his life and achieved whatever he has achieved? Starting from Buddha, ending with Gandhi or Bose or Bhagat Singh for that matter. What was one strong point of discipline of Gandhiji? The most indisciplined child, right? He himself says in my experiments with the truth that he was the most indisciplined guy, but he was disciplined by his. The correction happened at what stage? The correction happened at what stage? The family stage. And out of this, which is the biggest corrector of discipline of all this? Society, very important, excellent. Natural barriers, it will create natural barriers. What your family thinks, more than that, your family is what you call worried about, what the lokam em cheptundi. What will the world tell? For world, for the family is what? The surrounding nearby society. So can you open up the second dimension on the first page itself? Who are the one who are ensuring that the society remains disciplined? Where in the constitution you have inserted the dimension of discipline? Discipline dimension किधर आया? Fundamental duties. Can you bring that dimension? Anybody, did they thought about this extent of discipline? If you see the entire judicial system, it is framed on one requirement dimension, that is ensuring discipline in the, yes or no? Name any dimension. Yesterday again, if I write this dimension, these are my what you call major dimensions of my essay: polity, political, polity, economic, socio-cultural, technological, legal and environmental. Any area, can it flourish in the absence of discipline? Can it flourish any area? Now I have to open these dimensions to carry forward my dimension of discipline without directly using the word polity. Give an example other than the fundamental duties that we spoke. Give an example, political perspective, discipline, what it got for your country. Discipline, constitutional dimension. कौन बोल रहा है? हाँ नागार्जुन. हाँ, maintaining equality. This is primarily with an intention to give the discipline connected dimension. Give example.
So regular elections ensures democracy.
But how are you linking democracy with discipline? More discipline is there in monarchy. मारेगा. हाँ. हाँ. Using of. She says that your own exercising your own fundamental rights without disturbing others' fundamental rights. Okay, but some more potent. Political, don't restrict yourself to constitution. There is a very beautiful example for political dispensation disciplining them. Can I say the Representation of People's Act? बताओ, what is it meant for? The Representation of People Act is meant to discipline whom? Your political masters, so that they do not indulge in unconstitutional activities. That is the problem. Now can you give one paragraph the positive dimension of it, the second paragraph negative dimension of it? However the connector you use, the second paragraph, however the absence of discipline is one of the major factors contributing to what in politics? Contributing to Can I open this discussion like this? Yes or no? And it is all meant for what? Disciplining. And for disciplining the masses, you have the fundamental duties and the legal jurisprudence to take care of the regular masses. Okay? But for the rulers also you have, it means there is no exception to discipline whether it is the ruler or the ruled. Whether it is the ruler or the ruled. So the check mechanism to both of them is what? And if this falters, who will again check? Can I open this discussion and write 2 lines saying that we are interwoven where each and every entities are trying to discipline each other for a common objective? Yes or no? So that is where everything hovers around something known as discipline. Yes or no? Now go back to your Vedic culture. Can you give an example of the Vedic culture in the political dimension trying to give discipline? Think, I am forcing you to think. The political system. In the political system I want. Yeah, excellent. This Sabha and this Samiti system, please go and Google about this, wherein there was a time opportunity given even for the subjects to raise complaints with the what you call their rulers. So that is how these kind of things in providing, trying to imbibe the discipline dimension into our political spectrum are rooted back into history, not only the contemporary times. I told you this is a test of your language. Try to improve upon the language, and the language improvement will come with reading editorial articles in the newspapers and also reading standard textbooks. Do not think your class notes will make you IAS, IPS officers. It will not happen for 10 years also. It is a standard textbook and the newspapers that will make you IAS, IPS officers. Please go back and read that. Who will give an example of economic discipline? See, 11 pages, we have completed 1 page of introduction, the second page of the political dimension. Every page I am giving only one dimension positive, maybe one dimension correcting or trying to tell in the second what you call paragraph, the what if the first paragraph is missing, what if the first paragraph is not strictly implemented, what will happen underneath, trying to give that correlation between both the dimensions. In economy what will you write? कौन बताएगा? Economic dimension. Discipline. There are too many examples that you can give. So many examples. He says the Kautilya's Arthashastra. Okay. Where is the discipline coming? Dimension, link. It is not a general essay. You have to link it with discipline. FRBM Act. Okay. One dimension. He says the FRBM Act is primarily to make the government responsible for its fiscal activities. Basically this is again trying to discipline government as regards its public spending. Yes or no? As regards its public spending. Now because he has opened this what you call dimension, the first paragraph you will write about this in the page. See, in essay, remember one thing. Say for example, this is your page, one side of the page. You divide the page into two halves. You will write two paragraphs. See, I am strictly of the opinion that you should never write an essay in points format. This is my personal belief system and I feel it is right as per my awareness. Why? Because when it is a test of your language, if you write in points, you are running away from the basic test of your language. You may write a good essay, but he will not give you good marks because somebody has written in proper paragraph format. Essays are meant to be. See, there is a very less scope of diagrams, tables, all those things in essay. Why? Because as I told you, somewhere he is trying to check your knowledge also, the depth also and the language also. So give your test on language, do not give your test on knowledge. So there is no point making boxes and all those things. Yes, if you feel something has to be diagrammatically represented to convey a point across, do it, but try to avoid it. This is my sincere suggestion. Do it, but try to avoid it. Even if you wish to do, maybe once in the entire essay. It should not be repeated twice at any cost. Okay? Whether it is a table or a diagram or any graph or anything. Okay? Don't do that. So when I divide this into two parts, I open one dimension, try and give maybe a positive of this dimension. Then in this second part, I try to say if this positive is missing, what is the negative effect? And if the positive is present, implemented, what is the positive effect? So both this dimension I can give. And when you are giving this dimension, in this dimension I can give my own life example, or I can give the life example of an important celebrated personality from any different field. And when you are picking up personalities to describe about an essay, always try to pick them from different dimension. एक political leader लिया तो somebody from the what you call the social welfare NGO dimension. Pick up some movie star also, not a problem. But that person has to have a clean background. That one dimension you take care of it. So that is how you are trying to bring different dimensions into it. The moment he said FRBM, this is a positive what you call dimension of trying to discipline the government from the fiscal activities. Now if I have to give correlation, a negative effect or a positive effect, the choice is mine. If I want to give a negative effect correlation, I have got so many examples to give in my surroundings only. You can start stating, as it can be observed, in the absence of the fiscal discipline which we spoke about, if you continue to be motivated by your political or the geopolitical needs, not paying attention to the economic discipline, the resultant is very close to our boundaries where the nations are suffering the cause of their economic perils. So did you connect with your thought on discipline or not? So somewhere you are making a point that they are paying the cost of their indiscipline in the financial domain. Yes or no? Yes or no? So that is how you need to open the topic and try and give a correlated dimension, but never ever miss the core dimension of discipline. As it can be seen, in the absence of fiscal discipline, not even a person, not even a society, even a nation can fail. And the failure of nation in the contemporary times will expose you to greater evils, the cost of which the nation might end up paying for times to come. Yes or no? Have you given your opinion? Have you given your viewpoint? That's what he is looking for. Okay? Try to understand the importance of opening discussion. This is one point. Like this, in economy you can take hundreds of examples. In polity, see, that's the beauty of essay. If you know the art, you can write hundreds of pages. The point is, you have to know the art, need to know how to open a what you call discussion. I told you, it is an interview in writing, as if you are talking to him, but it's only that you cannot see him. That's the only difference. So try to understand that dimension. If you develop this art of writing from day one, I am telling you, your GS will become very easy, your ethics will become very easy, and that is what they are looking for. Okay? Any other example in economic dimension? Anybody? Monetary policy. Okay, very good. Just write the dimensions. Monetary policy. What else? Monetary policy is trying to speak from the perspective of the ability or the intention to control the inflation, right? Inflation which has a cascading effect on the entire society. So from that perspective, he is bringing in the topic of monetary policy as one discussion point, and then trying to give the commemorative points. Yeah.
Paying of taxes. Paying of taxes.
Yeah, taxes, excellent point. Taxes, an excellent dimension that you can open in the economic. Any other? Any other dimension? Environment के लिए रखेंगे इसको. We'll keep that reserved for the environmental dimension. Yeah, it's a good point, very good point. Huh? Responsible borrowing is one dimension. Responsible borrowing. This responsible borrowings, very beautifully you can pick this up at individual level, societal level, national level, probably world level also, probably world level also. Okay? Yeah, one more dimension, economy. Issue of don't get that deep, utna deep mat jao. Huh? Money laundering. You were telling something, Sandhya? You mean to say the importance of discipline in budgeting your own financial? Excellent. Budgeting at family level. Budgeting at family level. Give an example, your own life example. You ask something from your parents said not this month, maybe next month. That finally ended up in bringing in more discipline in you and understanding the importance of what we call spending, mindful spending, importance of mindful spending and not erratic spending or not erratic spending. Very good, you can write a very good point based on this. Okay? Yeah, anything, anyone, one more dimension in economy, Hemant, come back to class. One point in economy. Arbitration, legal के लिए रखते हैं, we'll keep that for the legal this thing. Corruption, governance का एक हम खोल सकते हैं topic, sub topic, we can open that and write. Balance of payment को हम कहीं ना कहीं responsible borrowing में कहीं ना कहीं हम कर सकते हैं. Don't go into this, deeper into subject, keep it superficial, where you can, give an example related to all the dimension, individual, society, family, everything. No, don't do that. Too much core into, I told you, not test of your knowledge. Understand that dimension when you open up. You should not end up writing too many acts, too many case laws, too many figures, facts and all. That's not required. He will not appreciate it because he knows okay, all these things I am testing in the GS papers. No? Why is he writing here? How beta? NPA is one very good option. This which you can, responsible borrowing mein we can actually link it up in the responsible borrowing dimension. Okay. Now what is the next? So many points, socio-cultural, hundreds of points. See, there is no one way of writing an essay. You can write a very beautiful essay without the PECIL analysis also. Without using any of this PECIL analysis, you can write a beautiful essay on this topic only by taking that discipline, what you call dimension into it. Yeah, socio-cultural. Why I am trying to teach you this part initially is, it is easier to collate your points in your mind. That's the reason why I am teaching you this technique initially. I will not teach you this after 3 months or 4 months. Then I will force you to leave this technique and go to some other technique that I will tell you after 3-4 months. Okay? Yeah. Because most of them will do this. I don't want you to do what most of them do. I want you to write something which others have not dared to do, so that you will get awarded for taking that call. Okay? Yeah. Socio-cultural, discipline, socio-cultural, discipline dimensions. But be very careful. This is a double-edged sword. This point is a double-edged sword. You have to be very careful, wherein you will have to be with the modern times. At the same time, you cannot leave the core, philosophies of your life that have been taught to you. Right? Yeah. So don't give points related to dress code, those dimensions. Don't get into that trap. Yeah. Socio-cultural, he is talking about, he is bringing here the dimension of health, wherein he is talking about meditation and yoga. Now link it with discipline. Do that. कुछ तो बोलो discipline के लिए. People can help him. No, वो ठीक है. We'll do that. We'll do that. Now give him a connecting point related to discipline here.
Stability in life.
What way?
Common routine. Consistency.
Very good. See, there are some dimensions of discipline, try to understand. If you are a disciplined person, generally you will portray these what you call traits, personal traits in your life. This is one dimension. Yes or no? Generally, punctuality is one attribute which is closely related to discipline, probably, right? Second is behaviorism. Anybody? Peace. Discipline, peace may not go that close together.
Upanishads, Vedas, and religion, they thought about the first individual discipline. How they are
So, are you trying to say development of a belief system? Are you trying to say this? Are you trying to say this? But when you are saying this, be very particular what belief system. So, I am talking about the attributes. When you call a person, I may not believe in Vedas, I don't believe in Shastras, whatever it is, but can I be a disciplined person? Yes, I can be. Till such time I do not undermine what they say, till such time I do not want to just negate for the heck of it, negating what they try to preach. I can still be a disciplined person in the absence of a belief system also, right? Can I say discipline, one dimension is submission to authority? Can I use this dimension for discipline? It is submission to authority. When I use this word submission to authority, don't think it in a negative perspective. This submission to authority may be bindingness to the rules, the bindingness to the rules, bindingness to the rules. Yes, one more attribute, actually 3 to 4 more attributes. When I say a person is disciplined, this will be there.
Participation in sports.
Need not necessarily be. Need not necessarily be. Can I use the word distance from vices? Can I say this? Very subtly I have to say this. Distance from the vices means kind of bad habits, whatever. Okay? Someone cannot be, boozing every night and falling on the road, or a very disciplined person, but before old monk opens up, that cannot be the case, right? Yeah. What else? Huh? Can you elaborate? Very beautiful point. This is primarily, there is a word called organization. This is not that organization, company wala organization nahi hai. The ability to streamline the activities, that function of organization definitely is an attribute of calling somebody as a disciplined guy. Organization.
Definitely have some kind of personality. Maybe it is good views or bad views, but he'll stand on that, like that, commitment.
Okay. So belief system comes under belief.
rational thinking. Rational thinking.
Terrorists are also disciplined. No?
Sir, rational thinking is
Irrationality. I will call him irrational, but I will call him disciplined. Not a basic attribute, an added attribute, yes, for sure, but not a basic attribute. Take? Yeah. No guitar playing, book reading, no. Did your grandfather read too many books? He is more disciplined than you, know. Why? What imbibed discipline in him? What imbibed discipline in him? The society and the family. Yes or no? Primarily family, then probably followed by society, or vice versa, it could be anything. So you don't have to be a ये पढ़ रहा है तो डिसिप्लिन बंदा है, अब किताब के अंदर क्या खोल के बैठा है गॉड नोस, राइट? या टाइम मैनेजमेंट, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैपेबिलिटी, टाइम मैनेजमेंट.
Sustainable in using things.
हाँ, क्या
Sustainable in using things.
सस्टेनेबल मतलब?
Anything he uses, he must think for your future generation. Sustainable development.
Need not. very important, display of social traits. This is what I was waiting for since starting point. Display of socially acceptable traits, respecting elders, treating the animals what you call softly, with care and all. So that is the dimension. When you are writing about discipline, these dimensions have to be there. Now come here, socio-cultural. He said meditation and yoga. What meditation and yoga will bring in a positive dimension to you? Can you write negative here? Very difficult, no? It's very difficult to write anything negative here, right? No, now that it is all about positive, how you can elevate this yoga in your page, in this particular page? Tell me, ऊपर क्या लिखोगे और नीचे क्या लिखोगे? Yoga on top. Historically, how will you write? Starting historically, this is a connector. My classroom students understand what is a connector. Historically, yoga, meditation or the religious practices have been used for imbibing a sense of discipline in pupils during their budding years of growth. Now yes or no? Yes or no? Historically, yoga, meditation, the religious practices all have been used with a primary aim of imbibing discipline in pupils at the budding years of their growth, that enables them to grow as acceptable / contributing citizens to the society. Yes or no? Did any religion prescribe violence? Did any religion prescribe violence? No. So can I write this as the first part? Now what I can bring down? This is my forte, right? This is my forte, yes or no? This is my country's invention, I can proudly say. So now can I say, in the contemporary times, the nation is using yoga as a soft power? Can I start like this? Yes or no? What I have connected this discipline, and I am spreading this message of discipline through yoga to the world. So I am connecting that self to the nation and then to the world at large. Yes or no? Or yes or no? So you have to open this discussion. Now he made one statement, role of family in
upbringing a
child. The role of family in upbringing a child. This dimension is not this dimension, completely different. It is a completely different dimension. Here the center is family. Here the center is okay. Try to understand. There is a huge difference. What we are talking in the next example is about family, the role of family in upbringing a child. Now tell me, the probability of a child going off track in the growth of personality is higher in the absence of familial support. All agree? I hope you understood. The probability of a child going off track in his growth, maybe getting more closer to criminal activities or not acceptable activities, are much more higher in the absence of a familial support. Yes or no? So in the introduction you talk about the family support. Can you give an example of the effect of the absence of family support in inculcating the basic dimensions of discipline here? Can you give your own life example? Can you give your own life example of maybe your school friend who turned out to be more adamant in personality dimension? Now you realize after growing up, it is because of the absence of the familial support system at home. Maybe he is subjected to some physical abuse by people on whom he is dependent. There, discipline is the aim, but the method adopted to discipline is incorrect. Yes or no? So the aim though is positive, the end result is negative. Now can you lay importance on the method of imbibing discipline here? Are yes or no? Are yes or no? So your entire dimension completely changes when you write these kind of dimensions. With me? अभी लिख सकते हो? हाँ, Manjunath. Now you can write. Okay. Yeah. What is the next dimension? Anyone? Special analysis. PES. T is. Because see, there are some words. Discipline. It has very strong correlation with the forces, armed forces. Try to write something on that, either in the intro part or in the conclusion part, because it connects to the requirement very beautifully. Okay? The way we wrote the quote, army word lekar aaye the, but from a larger perspective. Okay? The army could be the youth of the country, the army could be the teachers of the country, the army could be the doctors of the country. Yes, during COVID times, the doctors and the health workers, the entire primary health cadre were the heroes, right? So that opens up the dimension much more broader that way. Okay? Now technological, कौन बताएगा? Discipline as a factor of consideration in technological. Good. He is there, largely there. Technological. कौन बताएगा? So many points, no? One negative dimension that you can bring is addiction, right? The second negative dimension you can bring is the familial distance. You know, the second dimension you can bring is the familial distance. Yeah, what else? We'll talk about some negative dimension, then positive dimensions, and these are all as a result of absence of self-discipline. These are all a result of the absence of self-discipline. Very important. Very important. Health issues? Yes or no? Very important. Social? Positive or negative?
Lack of social skills. Means if they'll get addicted to mobiles or something,
they will not be able to adjust with other people. Okay, that openness to community. Okay. We can say lacking social skills, either of communication or establishing a connect with somebody. Very, very correct. Yeah. Terrorism. अरे ये बिल्कुल ही terrorist बैठा है रे. Cyber bullying and all. But whenever you are writing these points, one dimension you have to understand, the tone of your sentence has to be such that it should re-imbibe the spirit of absence or presence of discipline. That you should make it a point. Okay? Either the presence or absence. If it is a negative point, absence of discipline. If it is a positive point, presence of discipline. Yeah. क्या बेटा? Yeah. Distancing from physical activities. Distancing from physical activities. One of my colleagues yesterday, he was telling his son was playing too much with his mobile. He asked him to go out and play. He took the mobile, sat outside and started playing. So that's how things have happened. This is real. Yesterday only I just got remembered. Yeah. What else? Huh?
Not able to come out of their comfort zone.
Comfort zone nahi, owns oneself. Oneself. Okay? So that's what she was trying to tell about the social skills. Yeah, somebody was telling.
Training of natural resources for energy purposes.
Environment में बात करेंगे उसके बारे में.
He thinks youth power is decreasing by immensely depend on the technology.
What sense? Can you give an example?
Demographic dividend in the youth is
Your services is giving the maximum, IT is giving the maximum.
that is in benefit, in negative.
In what sense? Give an example.
They are more indulging in the playing PUBG games and all.
Gaming is not bad, provided restricted timing. So if you can take care of this addiction, playing it enhances your skills, no? Yeah. Okay. Rumor mongering, UPSC is removing optional. मैं जब से बच्चा था तब से सुन रहा हूँ. It has never happened because UPSC never said. Yes or no? When there were two optionals, earlier there were two optionals, we were those lucky few who wrote two optionals. There was a rumor that optionals will go, and optionals were in prelims also. You can take a different optional in prelim and different optional in mains. See how many subjects we read. तुम एक optional के लिए रो रहे हो, ठीक है? So different optionals in prelims, different optionals in main. Just imagine the amount of data. That is the reason why the percentage was also quite less. 43-44% means first rank. Now it has gone to 53-54% because less to study and more resources available, advent of technology. That can come in your positive discipline में. Whole lot of points, but I want point of this ऊपर वाला क्या लिखोगे? Technology.
Stone tools to iron tools. Stone tools to iron tools.
He is saying from stone age to what age we can say? Maybe data is something like that. Data is the biggest power, no, these days. Modi has data.
Accessibility and affordability to basic services can be improved with the help of efficient use of technology.
Discipline.
Discipline in governance.
मेरे को इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे एक एग्जांपल दो, सोसाइटल लेवल पे एक एग्जांपल दो, फैमिली लेवल पे एक एग्जांपल.
Discipline in governance. Discipline in governance.
Who are not participating? हाँ ज्योति.
Invention of by giving example of that scientist consistency.
Discipline dimension.
Consistency, like self-consistency.
In what sense?
Not giving.
Which or? I'm not able to hear. 40% gone.
Easy to maintain financial institutions.
Easy to
Maintain financial institutions.
I asked societal level. He is trying to say with the use of technology, the financial transactions have become easier, right? Okay, fine. But pick up one dimension and connect here. Pick up one dimension, technology, discipline, positive factor.
Schemes can be reached to the poor. Schemes.
he is talking about this direct benefit transfer. Okay. Cover the
Awareness about society issues
example.
related to drugs related issues.
ड्रग्स में क्यों गई माँ? वेलकम टू हैदराबाद. हाँ,
social media impact.
सोशल मीडिया. गिव मी एन एग्जाम्पल.
With the help of social media, like we can save the persons like who suicide.
इंडिविजुअल लेवल, फैमिली लेवल, टेक्नोलॉजी एंड सोसाइटी लेवल. हाँ, कौन सा पॉइंट बता रहे हो आप?
Society level.
ओके. हाँ,
Yesterday only there was a case like a person posted on Facebook. He was attempting to suicide. So connecting social media with
डिसिप्लिन.
technology.
ही इज टू डिसिप्लिन, ही यूज टेक्नोलॉजी. ऐसा तो नहीं लिख सकते हो. इट विल नॉट जेल. You are missing the discipline factor. This is not an essay on technology. This is an essay on discipline with technology with discipline. So self में, family में, I know this is the most difficult part to write here. Yes तो आप लोगों ने बोल दिया फटाफट, यहाँ आवाज़ नहीं आ रही.
Digital
हाँ,
health cards. Health cards. Health cards. Digital health cards. We can access our health cards anywhere.
come to individual level.
Connecting people. Green revolution. On-time reports.
Technology in education.
Cooperative society.
Somebody spoke about connecting people. कौन था? Sai? He is not owning the point also. Even when given. Connecting to people, somebody said.
Technology enables a person to organize all things at ease.
Organize.
His own things at ease.
Example. He is using the organization dimension of the discipline to give an example of technology. Positive impact. हाँ. In example. The Outlook manages your entire. Can you give that example? The Outlook manages your entire calendar for the day. Or yes or no? The Outlook manages your entire calendar for the day. What you were dependent on the pen and paper, you are getting so many alerts. No, there is. Why are you not giving example? Health alerts. Time to drink water. Apple. Thank you. आई बात समझ में? At individual level, technology, discipline, it is taking care of your health without you making a deliberate attempt to even think of it. It is telling, time to rise, you've been sitting for a long time. Time to rise, time to eat. It is controlling your sleep timings. It is asking you it is time to sleep. On an average, last week you slept only for these many hours, or on an average last week you did not get up, please get up. Right? So all these things bring at the level of individual. Beautiful examples to write. Start thinking. Family level. Home appliances. ये जल्दी में शादी करने वाला है. हाँ, home appliances. Example. Ease of work. Ease of work. Discipline का dimension missing है. Organization point छोड़ दे अब. At family level, some other dimension of discipline. Give example. कहाँ गया रे? At family level. Family level. I'll give you a hint. हाँ, अब बोलो. हाँ, how it has positively affected at home. Now, both the parents can go out to earn and keep somebody at home for that particular role, and be rest assured that they can monitor them from a distance. But इसको discipline के साथ कैसे link करोगे? This point, how will you link it with discipline?
We properly work under the monitoring.
Which dimension of discipline? It is there. Behaviorism. and submission to authority at family level, very important. So see, in essay you get 3 hours to write, an essay. It is always advisable 20 to 25 minutes you should ponder what to write. The importance of pondering before writing, rough work before writing, is that it will streamline and structure your essay in a beautiful way. If you do not ponder for a half an hour or 20-25 minutes, you will struggle to write 1 hour. If you ponder for 20 minutes beautifully, you will not find 1 hour 10 minutes sufficient to write what you have pondered upon. There is a difference. If you can write 12 pages, 11 pages in essay, if you do not commit major grammatical mistakes, you will fairly get good marks, 50, 60, 55, 60 you will get. If you enhance your essay by opening up dimensions which others missed, by trying to bring in points which others missed, good quotes here and there, good language here and there, that 60 goes to 65, 70, you are there at 140, that is what you wanted. Okay? Try to understand the importance of this rough work. Now you are understanding where we are able to connect the rough work to your main core part of your answer. Okay? Technology, so many points at society level.
Recently I have seen
Har Ghar Tiranga, okay.
so it was majorly given by social media.
ओके डिसिप्लिन के साथ मतलब अगर मैंने झंडा नहीं फहराया तो मैं इनडिसिप्लिन हूँ, हाँ अगर मैंने 2 झंडे फहराए तो मैं ज़्यादा डिसिप्लिन हूँ, हाँ बताओ. लिंक, डोंट मिस द लिंक, डिसिप्लिन, डोंट मिस द फैक्टर्स ऑफ डिसिप्लिन, दोज बिहेवियरिज्म, submission to authority, organizing, punctual. I gave you a hint. Society, discipline, technology, example. Green corridor for patients. Example, link it with discipline. Link it with discipline, very good point, green corridor for patients. Link it with discipline. Green corridors for patients, he says. Link it with discipline. You said green corridor, no? It means it has a separate lane. I hope so. That is the definition of your green corridor, or it is a green corridor which KCR gets. That you are standing in line for 2 hours, something like that. Okay. So in that case, display of social traits, and also bindingness to the, see, do not write a technological connecting point and miss this dimension. You write that point, thereby displaying traits of, thereby display of social traits, bracket में लिखो discipline, then you continue writing your point. So every couple of sentences you are coming back to the core dimension that I am harping upon this dimension of discipline to you. A beautiful essay will come in this dimension, okay? So that you are forcing him to accept that your dimension belongs to, or you are reiterating a fact that your dimension belongs to this part of discipline.
Fast track submission to authority or behavioral.
Come again.
Fast track submission to authority or behavioral.
Fast track submission to the authority, it is governance related point. We are talking from the societal perspective. That's how we gave the example of the green corridor for ambulances, because we are used to, not giving way to ambulance. So the discipline says is you should give the, it is the social trait, understanding the importance of urgency in critical situations. So you are The rules also say so. The rules also say so. Okay? That ways. Yeah. What was next? What was the next dimension? जल्दी जल्दी 5 minutes. 7:30. Yeah. आज 11 बजेंगे. Okay. How many of you are not okay? Except for the director. Huh? Everybody okay? 11 o'clock? Huh? No? Courage of conviction. Bolo. Legal. What will you write here? Discipline. What dimension of discipline we will bring?
Hierarchy of judiciary.
Discipline. If you have to give example of societal, self or family, what dimension of discipline? Judiciary is all about no universal acceptability of, yeah. Ignorantia juris non excusat is the maxim. Yeah. Bolo example. Legal. IPC, CRPC. कुछ आगे बोल बेटा.
We have to follow the rules and regulations. We cannot be punished by being to the rules.
कुछ और बताओ. Try talk at a higher level. Legal, in the respect to legal. All the points, do not keep it at only individual level, family level or societal level. Keep a mix of different levels. किसी में national level पे बात करो, किसी में international level पे बात करो, किसी में humanitarian grounds पे try to open a discussion. Do not get restricted only to those 3 levels: self, family and society. ठीक है? Yeah. Registration of properties leads to corruption.
No, sir. Gives a way for corruption in different ways.
नहीं मैं समझा नहीं. How are you linking it with this? You are saying corruption. You are saying corruption. You said a point related to registrations of properties. How are you linking it? थोड़ा बताओ. How are you linking it? So market value is always more than the government price, no? So you are trying to say you are registering at a much lower price, but you are actually paying higher price. That's what you avoidance of taxes dimension you are saying. Are you also saying the same thing? Avoidance of taxes, again individual level. No? I am saying legal level में थोड़ा ऊपर जाओ, discipline में. हाँ. It is. हाँ. It is meant to bring discipline across all sections, from political masters to everybody. It is one document that safeguards your gods also, that safeguards your pets also. Right? That is one document which is taking care of you before your birth also, after you die also. So that is the wide applicability of constitution. That is the reason why it is called a living document. It takes care of all the dimensions of your life. How you are supposed to treat the nature, it is written. How you are supposed to treat the animals, it is written. How you are supposed to treat yourself, it is also written. Everything is written. So if you try to bring that here, at what level you will bring? When you talk about legal, can I use this particular space to try to bring in the responsibility on the judiciary to uphold the constitution, which is largely oriented towards imbibing the spirit of discipline in masses? Can you imagine your country today in the absence of constitution? जो दिल्ली में बैठा खा जाएगा वो. Can you imagine a country today in the absence of constitution? So what this constitution has brought in knowingly or unknowingly is discipline. It has brought in discipline dimension. So at that level, try to take it up. See, everybody is accountable for his or her acts of commission and omission both, acts of commission and acts of omission both. So they all come under the purview of constitution, which is aspiring to establish a more disciplined society, right? We say no, law is nothing but codified dharma. Yes or no? We say no, law is nothing but codified dharma. So if the dharma is talking about upholding something, it is going closer to discipline. So can you connect it that way? Yes or no? Now come down. यहाँ क्या लिखोगे? लूप होल्स पहले ही, हाँ लूप होल्स, हाँ हाउ टू एस्केप Oberoi sir's class. 2 idiots escaped, they will pay price for it. हाँ.
So Pakistan is not following the UN agreements in case of prisoners and
In case of
prisoners especially.
the Geneva Convention, basically international conventions. You mean to say the abidance to international conventions is what is missing. तो इसको discipline के साथ कैसे link करो? So that point of, yeah, at the national level, at the nation level. So what it is leading to? It is leading to alienation of that country on international platforms. That dimension should come. The alienation on international platform is one thing that need to come very clearly here. It will lead to what? So this also somewhere shows the absence of discipline in the state functioning. The word state functioning is very important. The absence of discipline in state functioning. It exposes the absence of discipline in state functioning. What else? Involving in crime. What level? Nation level? Can you give an example of the same country which he spoke about? Legal dimension में the absence of discipline, they are protecting somebody. The terrorist, the harbor, the safe harbor being provided to the terrorist is a clear case of absence of a disciplined approach towards the mankind. That is how you are elevating here to the ultimate point of humankind, because terrorism is a threat to mankind. So that is how having a neighbor like him. Okay? Are you getting it or not? Now is it easy to write essay or difficult to write essay? Huh? Sir, still difficult, sir, please agree. Huh? Easy to write. Last point of environment. See, if you understand UPSC, I again say most easiest exam to pass. You make it difficult because of your own false notions. कुछ और बात करो. I am bored. Too many people wrote sustainable development. I don't want to see that. Yeah. Environment. Basic start करो. नीचे से start करो. Human kind से start करो. Man के पास जाओ. Start from humankind, world, nation, society, family, then go to एग्जाम्पल दो. मुझे भी पता है सर्वाइवल ऑफ फिटेस्ट क्या बोलना चाह रहे हो. डिसिप्लिन के साथ लिंक करो. व्हाट डायमेंशन ऑफ डिसिप्लिन you will link with environment. What dimension? Submission to authority. Here the authority is nature. Understanding the dimension that man does not control the nature, it is the nature that controls the man. Now bring in dimension. I have given you a big hint. अब इससे बड़ा क्या hint दूँ? हाँ? क्या बोला? Flood example. अच्छा, you have given what is to be written here. Okay. Extraction of natural resources more than their recycling capacity. Extraction, okay. Irresponsible, see, in essay, adjectives are very important. Always remember, it only reinforces your opinion, not extraction. Irresponsible extraction of resources beyond the natural recyclable capacity of the nature. ठीक है? Yeah.
Indiscriminate killing of animals disturbing the food chain.
Yeah, Sudha, repeat.
Indiscriminate killing of animals disturb the food chain. That is indiscriminate.
Extraction, okay. She says indiscriminate. Example. One beautiful example.
Even tigers.
Disturbing the marine ecosystem. Yes or no? In this only you can write an essay. This one point you can write essay. Classic examples. India-Sri Lanka relations getting disturbed. Can you bring in that point? What island? Kachativu island issue, very important, very good. So can you bring in that point? Because of indiscipline in both the countries culminated into what? Not only the threat to the marine ecosystem, also spoiling the relations with your neighbor. What was missing in both the cases? Discipline. ऊपर क्या लिखना है, नीचे तो बताओगे. हाँ, preservation of endangered species. Okay, preservation of endangered species. मेरे को sentence बताओ और which part of your discipline you are trying to connect. Example दो. Good. Wildlife sanctuaries, national parks and the protected areas. One good dimension. Okay, very good. One more. Excellent. Negative point बहुत आएगा. Pollution control. इसमें discipline factor, so many dimensions you can link in the environment. What is one disciplinary factor? Pollution. Individual level बताओ.
Waste.
Somebody said wastage of electricity at individual level. Good point. What else? Good. Single use plastic is in news. Okay.
Management of waste.
Waste management. Waste. Okay. Waste management. Okay. नीचे जाओ. Let him. हाँ. Example. Huh? Tree plantation, afforestation. He has given a point. Afforestation.
Limit the volume of noise pollution. Avoid noise pollution.
Noise pollution, she says.
Harmful traffic.
इसका डिसिप्लिन डायमेंशन दो इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे. One is honking. Give familial perspective. Noise pollution. Noise pollution, familial perspective. Family perspective, noise. Your mother scolding you, don't say that. Huh? Full blast Kartika Deepam, don't say that also. Huh? Celebrations with loudspeakers. Societal level. societal level, noise pollution. करते हैं इधर नॉइस लेवल, सोसाइटल लेवल. She said sound systems being used more than what is permitted in religious places, temples, or it could be any this thing. National level noise pollution. मन की बात. हाँ, national level noise pollution. Noise pollution national level. हाँ? क्या क्या? कुछ और सोचो. Noise pollution at national level. National level noise pollution. बोल बोल कोई बात. हाँ? He says election campaign. हे मेरे से आगे. हाँ? क्या हो गया? नॉइस पोल्यूशन नहीं मिल रहा है नेशनल लेवल पे. You are not finding noise pollution at national level? National level बोलने से don't think Modi. Come out of that. Now think. You will get an answer. Don't go closer to Amit Shah. Yeah, come out of polity, government के dimension से बाहर आओ. National level where you are doing noise pollution. No. Strikes and hartals at maybe some grouping level, individual grouping levels. Huh? In? The researches that are being conducted at a very high level that are disturbing the cosmic noise. That is that level you are trying to make an importance of this particular dimension. So that is why I am saying if in legal, if you are taking national level, then in environment individual level example. So try to fluctuate in all the dimensions to bring in that holisticness in your essay. Do not give all examples at individual level, no point. He will get bored. 2-3 padega uske baad are, because you will have to bush around the same point. So if you increase your what you call width of your essay, so much to write. Okay? So you have to make a decision prior what you, and one more thing in essay, always remember that you have to write justified style of writing. Whatever you are writing, you have to justify it with an example. Whatever dimension you open up, you have to justify. Okay? Now, isme can I, as I told you, one is the forces dimension, discipline, likhna hi likhna hai, and the second is the dimension of governance also you write. The dimension of governance is also very, very important. Okay? Now, how will you conclude this essay? What points you will bring in? That's all you say. You will never write the side heading conclusion. You will never write a side heading in essay. I am again and again warning you. You will try not to write anything in points. No side headings required in essay. Okay? The moment he reads the paragraph, the first line itself should convey what is the paragraph about. Okay? Yeah.
If military man not practice regularly for related activities, then he failed to fight with opponents.
Now go back to your first page. Cannot afford. indiscipline. You remember this topic? We have discussed all the dimensions of discipline and indiscipline both. अब बताओ क्या लिखोगे conclusion में? Guys, come on. Use this to write the conclusion. हाँ, अब बोलो. हाँ, whether you are an individual, a family, we cannot afford one thing, that is afford to miss one thing, that is discipline, to ensure social acceptability, to ensure economic prosperity. हाँ बोलो. Bring those dimensions indirectly. Social acceptability, economic prosperity. What else? Political. Any other word? Political. Very good. Excellent. Political accountability. Judicial. Good. Very good. She is talking about can I say sustainability of technological inventions? Yes or no? I need discipline, no? This absence will lead to production of more and more destructive technologies, right? One more dimension, environment. Catchy words, language, play of language. सस्टेनेबल इसलिए मैंने पहले लिख दिया जानबूझ के. हाँ, to maintain environmental balance and positive connect of man with nature. Arey, it is play of words. Essay is all about play of words. Your thoughts, play of words and your thoughts, and the connect of man with nature. Don't write Modi's episode, Man versus Wild. One more dimension, lifestyle, health, personality, positive thinking. What well-being? He says healthy well-being. Yeah. one more dimension, then I want the closing remark of your statement, of your essay. क्या लिखोगे? One more dimension, importance, as I said, personality. अरे evolution, see, in the entire life cycle of human evolution, if something that has maintained the balance, it is the importance given to discipline. Otherwise mankind would have perished. ठीक है, तो आप बोलो, can I say sustenance of mankind? Sustenance of mankind, which is actually under threat. Mankind is under threat, no? Yes or no? In many ways. Now closing remark statement, कौन बताएगा? Quote is also okay, any statement is also okay. Quote is also okay, statement is also okay. हाँ, कौन बताएगा? Okay, we have enough for everybody's need, but not for anybody's greed, something like that. But discipline, he says a disciplined individual or a family leads to a disciplined nation, something like that he is trying to say. Anybody with a better statement?
We don't have to be smarter than the rest, but we have to be disciplined than the rest.
Abdul Kalam quote in European Parliament.
हाँ, क्या था? हाँ, good. He is given a very classic example. He says, when while addressing the European Union, this gentleman said, a righteous family, a righteous society, a righteous nation, a righteous world will make this planet worth a very, very important. If you can understand this statement, nothing like it. A righteous family, a righteous society, a nation and a world will make this planet worth a. वापस आने की बात कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है? Just imagine, and this is all leading to only one thing, that is let us all strive for one thing, that is डिसिप्लिन. लिख के क्लोज करो. जय हिंद. हाँ, अब बोलो, इजी डिफिकल्ट टू राइट ऐसे. जब आप बोलते हो इजी लगता है सर. You need, that's what. See, the knowledge of GS will help you to open your perspective, your dimensions of thinking, but it will not give you points. The point should come from within. Believe you me, I did not prepare anything for this essay today. Believe you me, I did not prepare anything. If you want me to prove, What did I write? Only the question. Rest all GS answer. I wrote some nonsense. But here I did not write anything. Why? Because I wanted to teach you how to write an essay without knowing anything. That's the intention. And believe you me, you will get philosophical essays that will touch the core of your belief system. It will touch the core of your belief system, and you have to rise to that belief system and try to defend it with your examples. Your belief system it will touch. Philosophical essays ka, the intention of philosophical essay is to know who you are without meeting you. And are you a person, if given the power of authority, the chair of authority, will you misuse it, will you abuse it, will you use it for the betterment of the society? So that is the purpose of the essay. Very lot of importance is given to essay, believe me. People who score very high in essay, they generally do not do very good in GS, but they do exceptionally well in what you call interview. Ethics, essay and interview will take them to next level, but provided you are a good person. If your cunningness is nothing wrong attribute, it is not a wrong attribute, but it should not be at the cost of others. So that dimension is tested in your essay, whatever may be the what you call essay. What was the first essay? Imagination is more important than knowledge. Who said this? I didn't say this here. Who said this? Einstein said this. So whatever we have discussed today, on the lines that we have discussed today, can you guys, when you go back home, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, get up and try to assemble some thoughts in a piece of paper and then try to write? Are yes or no? लिखोगे, submit करोगे, will you submit it for correction? How many of you will submit it for correction? I will look for Shweta's answer for sure. Okay, और कौन हाथ उठाया? Jyoti, I will see. Rajkumar, I will see. Yes, yes, I will see. Good, good. So shall us continue? अरे सच बोलो. No? Let's continue tomorrow in that case. तुम फिर आना चाहोगे मेरी शक्ल देखने? मॉर्निंग करें सुबह 6 बजे, 6 से 8. साई शेषु बोल रहे वैसे 8 बजे उठा रहे हो, 8 बजे क्लास तो हो ही रहा है, आपका दिल भर नहीं रहा लगता है. हाँ ठीक है. आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द डायनामिक्स ऑफ राइटिंग एन एसे टुडे. यस और नो? ठीक है. सो गो बैक होम, पॉन्डर अपॉन, just take the last year's paper of essay. Some essays difficult to write at this stage of understanding, but try to see what all can be put. Just write PESTLE, PESTLE, और मैं क्या क्या लिख सकता हूँ इस डायमेंशन के ऊपर. इंडिविजुअल लेवल, सोसाइटल लेवल. See, every essay has a core idea. Try to write that core idea first, and all ideas surrounding that core idea, your rough page should fill. If your rough page fills up, believe you me, you will get anywhere between 105 to 150. If you can fill up your rough page, 105 से 115, provided you do not commit major grammatical mistakes, 105 to 115 you will surely get. No matter whatever the essay may be, you will get, provided you fill in your rough. That is how the importance of your rough page is. ठीक है, लिखोगे all of you? चलो, we'll catch up tomorrow maybe 6 o'clock same time for the discussion. And you are submitting the essay tomorrow? No? How many of you? Achha, you will write on Saturday? Okay, fine. So whosoever can write it tonight or tomorrow, show it tomorrow. Others definitely by at least the next week. Okay? Chalo, thank you very much guys. Bye bye.